Hey everyone, it's Little Mike back with another episode of Minecraft Feed the Beast, Minecraft style. So when I last left you, I had told you to go about the overworld and find yourself some bees in various hives and to start breeding them. I told you to focus on forest and meadows, mostly because they are the easiest to breed when first starting out, because they could be in the most common biomes, barring wintry biomes and stuff like that. But as you can see here, I have myself a common bee. Now, you may have experienced the same thing, because when you mix a forest and a meadows, if you weren't doing just forest or just meadows bees, and mixing forest and meadows, you may actually come up with a common bee, which is actually a good thing. Oop, and here we go, that one's finished. Because common bees are what's the next step in where we're actually going towards. I'll put these back in, okay. And I will show you that right now. Pardon. Okay, so our goal when first starting out is to get ourselves imperial bees and industrious bees. And the reason for that is that imperial bees will yield royal jelly as their product, and industrious bees will produce pollen. And we will be needing that because they are required to make alvearies. Now, alvearies are very much like giant versions of aviaries, but are much more versatile and will help you a lot with mutating and breeding bees. So, as you can see here, I have some forests and meadows in here, but I also got more commons, and I also stumbled upon a cultivated. A common bee, when bred with a mundane bee, or hive bee, which is any of the bees found in hives. Any of the bees found in hives are referred to as mundane bees, but that's not to be confused with common, being that mundane and common are very similar words in the English language, but in bee breeding, common is actually a step above mundane bees. So just refer to them as hive bees. I'll refer to them as hive bees just to avoid confusion. Anyway, when you combine two hive bees, you have a chance to get a common bee. When you breed a common bee with a hive bee, you have a chance to get a cultivated bee. So, you must continue along those lines if you want to get to imperial and industrious. Now, how do you know what breeds what? Well, very simple. In the last episode, we went over creating two different machines that will be used in bee breeding, the carpenter and the squeezer. Today, I want to show you some more machines that you will need on your way to getting the industrious and imperial bees. One of those is the centrifuge. And the centrifuge is made like this, with 6 copper on the sides, 2 glass on the top and bottom, and a sturdy casing. So let's go over to... Oh, actually, I have my project table right here. Okay. So let's do this. We have... Well, first we need a sturdy casing. Let's do that. And glass panes. And copper ingots. There we go. Now we have ourselves a centrifuge. And let's place that. Do I have any conduit on me? Yes. Okay. Let's go... Yeah, that's fine. Just so we have it all even with the others. Okay. And here we have our centrifuge. Now, what the centrifuge does is takes honeycombs and it will squeeze them out. Oh, let me flip the power switch on. Oop. There we go. And as you can see, it's powering up. And the centrifuge squeezes honeycombs and will give us honey drops. Now, honey drops are going to be used for the next tool that I want to show you, which is, if you look right here, the beealyzer. Now, the beealyzer is made in a carpenter with 4tin, very very similar to the squeezer, except tin instead of bronze. So you need water in your carpenter, 4 tin, diamond, 2 redstone, and 2 glass panes. So, actually, let's do this. Oop, no, can't do that. Because it's got to be done in the carpenter. So, and I already forgot the recipe. Oh, two glass panes in the middle. Okay, so 2 glass panes in the middle. And redstone, and a diamond, and tin. And actually, I'm going to be making 2 of these, and I'll show you why in a moment. Oh, and I need water. Let me go grab a bucket. Now, you may want to do... pardon me. You may... I don't have a bucket. Alright, we'll just make one. You may want to have 2 carpenters, just because for some recipes you'll need a carpenter with honey, rather with seed oil, and other times you'll need it with water. That's entirely up to you. The other option is to make one of these guys, a pipette, which is just wool and glass. Let me show you the recipe for that real quick. Pipette. Here we go. So 2 glass panes and a piece of wool will give you a pipette. And you right-click on the machine, and it will actually suck out any extra fluid that's left in the reservoir here. Pardon me again. As you can see here, it says seed oil there. So you can do that, and you can use just the 1 carpenter, but I find that it could be a pain. So I may just create a second one. We'll see. Alright, here we go. This is the... Oh, wait. What happened here? Do I need more water? Oh, I may need more water than I have. Yeah, we got energy going. Let's see. Let's go grab bucket again. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. There we go. Okay, I just needed more water. So it's creating our beealyzer. Wait for that to ramp up here. So, remember when I talked about various traits and traits of the bees like flyer or cave dweller or nocturnal? Now, you may be wondering how I know about those traits, because when you look at a bee, it doesn't show you any of those things. It just says unknown. Now, of course, I have more... I've been doing bee breeding in test worlds and whatnot, so I know about these things. But if you're just starting out, you'll have no idea what the traits are for these bees, and that's where the beealyzer comes in. So, let me show you that right now. Boom, here we go. Supply bee and provide honey or honeydew as pacifier. So I guess, like, you know, the bee doesn't get angry and sting you or something like that. So that's why we need the centrifuge to get ourselves honey drops, so that we can use them in the beealyzer with bees to find out their traits. So let's do that right now. So you stick a bee right in here, and it does nothing until you supply that honey. So then we put the honey in, And boom, there we go. So this shows you that this is a pure common bee because it has common in both the active and inactive traits. The flowers it requires are flowers. The fertility is how many drones it will create. The area of effect is standard. That's 9 by 6 by 9. And if we take it down here, it'll show us the climate it can live in. Normal, which is normal temperature, normal humidity. And as you can see, it has no tolerance. So in other words, if you try and breed this bee in a wintry biome, it won't work because that's an icy climate and it doesn't have any tolerance to temperature. Nocturnal flyer in cave, as I've gone over before, is will it work at night? No. Will it work in the rain? No. Does it need to see the sun? Yes, it does need to see the sun. Or can it work without seeing the sun? No. So if we go here, this shows you what it can produce, which is the regular honeycomb. And this is just, this is handy, but there's a better way of showing you mutations, and I will get to that later on. But this will show you bees that you've already bred, or that you've already experienced and analyzed. It will show up in here as possible mutations. But you can only go by the color, so it's really not that useful. And this last one right here is just, you know, the genus and species. Just more informational and not really useful for the actual breeding. So, okay, now we have ourselves a regular common drone. So that's good. We can leave him aside and know that we have a purebred common when, if we need it. So let's grab some more honeycombs here. And put these in the centrifuge. Beeswax is another product you may get from centrifuging honeycombs. Just put it aside for now. It could be used later to make capsules and stuff like that. But for now, we don't need it. For now, we're mostly just concerned with the honey drops. Dum-de-dum-de-dum, dum-de-dum-de-dum, dum-de-dum. Okay, you know what? While that's going, let me... Oh, I need more water. Let me get that other analyzer going, and actually, well, let me show you why I want to make the other beelyzer. Actually, I just slipped a second right there. The analyzer is another method of identifying your bees, and it requires a beelyzer as one of the ingredients. Sturdy casing, 4 bronze, and a beelyzer. So let me get some water, and we'll get working on that. We need 2 buckets. Okay, there's that. And let me get another bucket. Okay. And there. There we go. That starts working. Dum-de-dum. Come on. Alright, so the analyzer will not replace the beelyzer. The analyzer will be used in conjunction with the beelyzer, and I will show you that in a moment. But basically, the beelyzer is handheld. You know, as I showed you, you put the bee in, you put honey drop in, and it'll show you all the traits of the bees. Now, the analyzer, let's clear out this recipe. And bronze. Oh, I'm missing something. I think I'm missing bronze, actually. Analyzer, sturdy casing. Yeah, I need 4 more bronze. Ah, shoot. All right, let me get that real quick. So the analyzer will allow you to 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. The analyzer will allow you to do multiple bees at once. And to analyze the traits of multiple bees at once. Hold on a second. Let me... being all derpy here. That and that. There's 8 bronze. And... sturdy casing. Okay. I'm stuck. Okay. And... you... and... you... wait. I didn't do that right, did I? What did I do wrong here? 4 bronze. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beelizer and sturdy casing. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it needs water. That's why. Okay. Alright, let's grab some more water. I really should have filled up some buckets or capsules or cans or something. Anyway. Oh well. We'll try and be better prepared next time. This may need 2 buckets. Well, actually, no. What's going on here? Because there's no... there is no... recipe here. Strange. Oops. That's not right. Oh! I'm stupid. This is done in a crafting table, not in the carpenter. Duh. Okay. Alright. My bad. So let's do that, and that, and that, and there we go. Now we have our analyzer. Okay, so the analyzer requires liquid honey, okay, and bees. So you stick your bees in here, you fill this with liquid honey, and then it will analyze a whole crop of bees. You know, you could put an entire stack, actually 6 stacks, in here, and it will just keep going through, cycling through, until it analyzes all of your bees. So, in that respect, you don't need the beelyzer. But, because when you take them out of the analyzer, they are already analyzed. So you could literally just stick them right back here into your beelyzer, and you won't have to produce a honey drop or honeydew because they're already analyzed. However, to get liquid honey, you need to put... here, I'll show you. Comb. Okay. So, you... no, it's not showing me there. Alright. Well, basically... oh, I don't have any more combs, do I? Let me check if I have any more combs. Well... yeah. Let's use a frozen comb. And... that's empty. I don't know. Oh! Again, I am derpy. Honey drops in the squeezer. There we go. Okay, so with the beelyzer you use honey drops. With the analyzer you use... what happened here? Oh, there's seed oil in here. There we go. With the analyzer, you use liquid honey. Now, so in order to get liquid honey, you need to put the... in order to get the honey drops, you put the combs in a centrifuge. Then, in order to get liquid honey, you put the drops that you get from the combs. Let me start over. In order to get honey drops, you put combs in a centrifuge. All right, so combs in a centrifuge get you drops. All right, now you take those drops and I didn't get any. You take those drops and you can put them either in the beealyzer directly, or you put the drops in a squeezer and you get yourselves... Oh, you know what? I don't think I have enough honey in here to get a can. The drops in the squeezer will get you liquid honey, and liquid honey is what the analyzer needs. So, I hope that was not too confusing. And I don't have any more combs. So, that means, you know what? Let me take a break, and I will be back when I have some more combs. I'm going to go off camera and throw some bees. I'm going to turn this off for now, too, actually. Still daylight. Check on bees over here. Do I have bees in here? Yes, okay. So, princess and drone. Alright, I'm going to go off camera. Get myself, wait for these guys to produce some combs so I can get some more honey drops so I can actually show you the analyzer at work. Alright, I will be right back. Hey everyone, I'm back. And as you can see, I got myself some more honeycombs. And gosh, you guys are so loud. Let me turn this down a little bit. That's fine. Okay, and it's nighttime, so these guys are not going to be working anymore. Alright, anyway. So, we have ourselves some more combs. So, to explain again. So, the honeycombs work in the centrifuge to get honey drops. Honey drops can be used directly in the beealyzer, or take the honey drops, put them in a squeezer to get liquid honey for the regular analyzer. So let's do that right now. So let's centrifuge these guys up. Flick that back on. Okay. So there's some honey drops and some beeswax. Oh, the beeswax, by the way, I made some wax capsules just because. That's weird. I don't know why that didn't stack. Wax capsules. Let's see. Oh, actually, I gotta be in my inventory. Okay. Wax capsules. Oh, sorry. Wrong way, wrong way. Ah, here we go. Okay, so 3 beeswax in a crafting table will get you 4 wax capsules. And these are cool because they work like tin cans, except they're much cheaper. So, alright, so, there we go. 7 honey drops. So, again, we could either put those directly in the beealyzer up here, but we don't want to do that because we want to use the regular analyzer. So let's stick these guys in here, and hopefully that will be enough. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so, and those are just extra. So let's take this honey can now and stick this in the analyzer. There we go. So now we got some honey. So, as you may have noticed in your own bee breeding, even though these are common drones, they aren't stacking. Or some stack and some do not. That is usually because they have different traits. And we will find that out in just a moment. But with the beealyzer, the main difference between the analyzer and the beealyzer is that for the beealyzer, you can only do 1 bee at a time. 1 bee, 1 honey drop. Although you can actually leave honey drops in here and they will stay in its little internal inventory, so that you could just stick a bee in and then it'll automatically use one, stick another bee in, it'll automatically use one. But still, it's a little cumbersome because it's only one bee at a time. Now with the analyzer, you'll find that you'll be getting a lot of bees. So the analyzer is easier because you could just stick, see how that went through? You could just stick a whole bunch in there at once, and then it'll go through and use up some of this liquid honey and then analyze them. See, and you can even see the little bee in there, which is kind of a neat little add-on, little benefit to the analyzer. Okay, and almost. Boom, there we go. So, see, it did all those three at once. And it doesn't use a ton of honey, but, if you're doing a lot of these, you'll definitely need a decent source of liquid honey. So, as you can see, these are now common drones, slower workers. Let's wait for this guy to finish. I want to see if they stack. I don't think they will, but... And... there we go. Okay. Now they're still not stacking. Alright, so now what we do, like I said, the analyzer will not replace the beealyzer. It's to be used in conjunction with it. So, let's hit the beealyzer up and throw these guys in here. And as you can see, common, so it's definitely a purebred, slower speed, slowest pollination, 2 offspring. Alright, so see right here, 2 offspring in the active trait and 3 offspring in the inactive trait. Now if I were to take these guys, oops, these are 2 and 2. So that's why these won't stack, because they have slightly different genetic makeups. Now, later on, you'll be able to play around with their genes and actually change stuff like this around, breed higher fertility or faster pollination, etc. Okay, so this video is going on a long time and I want to wrap this up. So as a quick little, you know what, let me sleep through the night because I'm the only one on. The last thing I wanted to get into before I close for this episode is tree breeding. Now, you will need seed oil. That's just a given. Now, if you have yourself a wheat farm or something like that, that's cool. You could use that. But in newer versions of forestry, the values of seed oil that you get from the various seeds and whatnot are terrible. So, one of the best sources of seed oil is chestnuts and walnuts. And those are obviously not vanilla trees. So the only way to get them is by tree breeding. Tree breeding is done by bees. This pollination trait right here, this tells you the rate at which bees will pollinate trees. So, oops, as I throw my bees on the ground. Okay, so real quick, let's, I'll show you how to do some quick tree breeding, or at least I'll show you how it works, and then in another episode I will go further into detail. Okay, so first let me talk about the radius. So as you can see here, the area is 9 by 6 by 9 for these bees. Alright, now, oh, I need, shoot. Oh, alright, I have a queen in here. Okay, so 9, pardon, 9 by 6 by 9, that's the distance away from the apiary. So it doesn't mean 9 out that way, 9 out that way. It's a total of 9. So in other words, 4 out this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the aviary would be 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 out again. So 4 plus 1 plus 4 is 9. Okay, so it works like that. And then 6, I guess, is maybe 3 and 3. I don't know. That would actually be 7, but not quite sure how the even numbers work. But basically, just keep in mind that that number is, you know, the total distance away on, you know, using both directions. Okay, so here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some vanilla saplings, and we're gonna go. We don't want it too close because if it covers the aviary, the aviary, then the bees won't work because they won't be able to see the sun. All right, so let's go 1, 2, 3. 3 should be good. Actually, 3 should be good. So let's plant a sapling there, and then let's go in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, and we'll plant one there, and then can we use sulfur? Yes, we can. Okay. So let's do that, and let's see if I think this should be good. And we're not getting any warnings, so that's good. Okay, so basically what's going to happen is over time, these bees will pollinate these trees. Now, start with oak and birch, okay? Or at least start with vanilla trees, because the autumn woods and stuff like that, just, it's not worth it. They'll give you trouble. If you start simple, keep it simple, stupid, that old expression. So start with vanilla trees and start breeding them. And keep in mind, this is going to take a very long time, all depending upon the traits of the bees. As you saw in the Beealyzer, their pollination was slowest. So that means it's going to take a long time before you see any results. Now, how do you know when these trees have been crossbred? The leaves will change color, okay? Like 1 or 2 of these leaves will be a separate color and sometimes even a separate texture from the trees themselves, all right? Now, if you want a 100% drop rate on a sapling, you're going to need yourself a grafter. Okay, this is a grafter. 2 sticks and a piece of bronze, and it only gets 5 uses out of it, but what it does is it makes sure that you get a sapling 100% of the time when you break that mutated leaf. Okay? Alright, so that's it for now. I'm going to let this go and see if we can get any results that I can show you for next time, and that's about it. So, until next time, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is Little Mike signing off for Don't Fear the Creeper MC. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.